Skyrocketing drug prices are now at crisis levels and people are dying.
One of those drugs, insulin. The price is so high that some diabetics are risking their lives by rationing their supplies. Advocates went to Capitol Hill today pushing for change. Now, to put this in perspective, most insulin costs about $2 to $6 a vial to make, but some patients end up paying more than $400 a month for this.
I think that solutions are going to come if individuals are all willing to have frank discussions and are willing to accept that some people are going to make less of a profit.
Now, the committee will be asking the insulin manufacturers and the price negotiators about the rising costs at a hearing that's set for next week. Meantime, our Action 9 investigator Jason Stujenki has been covering the problem of rising drug prices for years. He was one of the first to report the specific issue about insulin prices. Well, now Jason has found some diabetics are heading north to save a lot of money.
A few last-minute adjustments. One final huddle.
And you have your passport?
And they're on their way to Canada. Hundreds of miles to save hundreds of dollars on something they all need to survive.
Who would think stupid diabetes led us together?
They're all diabetic and sick of paying so much for insulin in the U.S. So they headed across the northern border.
And all of a sudden, insulin is a lot cheaper.
Our sister station in Pittsburgh took the trip with them. The border crossing agent said he's seen other U.S. citizens on the same mission to find ways to pay less for meds.
Complete shock. It doesn't make sense that we have to do it the way that we do back at home.
They checked out 2 pharmacies. Both times, the group walked out stunned at how much they saved on insulin. Plus, you don't always need a prescription in Canada.
I got 3 of these without a prescription for $113.97 Canadian. So that's like $90 US, I think.
And usually how much would one of those cost you?
I think right now cash price in US is $285 or so.
Now both houses of Congress are investigating insulin prices specifically. First a Senate committee and now a House subcommittee. And in the meantime, at least one drug maker, Eli Lilly, plans to add a less expensive generic to the market.
There's people that die because they can't afford this, and we can drive across the border and I can purchase this for, $100, and it keeps me alive, it keeps me going.
The FDA warns against importing drugs because it says it cannot ensure the safety and effectiveness of the meds. But these patients aren't deterred.
Legally, you can bring across up to 3 months supply across the border. So if I have to do this once every 3 months, I have to do it once every 3 months.
Now this all comes down to bargaining power. In the U.S., Medicare can't negotiate prices. Canada, though, has a drug review board that compares drug effectiveness and pricing. The board may not approve a drug if there's a good alternative that's less expensive. So that, of course, can drive or force companies to lower costs to remain competitive.